Amos 8, you read here of the pathetic attitude of some of God's people. They said, "Oh, when will the new moon festival be over so that we can again sell grain? And when will the Sabbath finish so that we can start trading in wheat again?" They were keeping the Sabbath, they were keeping the laws of God, but they felt that those laws were a chain and a leash that were limiting to them. Well, God's law is not a chain. Man is not a dog. And God is not brutally tying us to a post when we would love to be free, and we're struggling which way we can to get free of that chain that's tying us to the post, but we just can't seem to do it. No, the law of God is not a chain. It's not a leash, because man is not a dog. The whole idea of God's law is a springboard, really, to relationship with him. This is why when you read how David writes about God's law in the Psalms, he says, "I will run freely in the way of your commandments." He talks about the freedom which there is in the life of obedience. I can only say, taste and see what he means. This is so, that God does not want to tie man down. No, this is the view of the spiritually immature person, or the person who frankly does not love God. Actually going the way of materialism, as we have here, going the way of the flesh, that is slavery. They are the ties that bind. It is sin which is the chain. The sin that so easily besets us, that weighs us down, that stops us running freely. It is the way of obedience. It's the way of God, which is the way of freedom. For freedom did Christ set us free, Paul says. We are free from the fear of failure, free from the fear of committing too much sin, etc., because we are redeemed in the Lord Jesus. How can I say thank you for that salvation by grace? Well, that's why you've got commandments. That's why you've got the mechanism through which to express your gratitude for salvation by grace and run in the way of those commandments.